Governor Stitt addresses the coronavirus, plus flu numbers continue to rise, and another Democratic candidate has dropped out of the running. OU Nightly starts now.
Let me start by clearly stating that there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Oklahoma. The infection risk in Oklahoma remains low at this time, and we are prepared and remain vigilant in our surveillance of this situation.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for OU Nightly. I'm Austin Hernandez.
And I'm Tevis Hillis. Oklahoma leaders say they've got a plan if the coronavirus hits our state. Governor Stitt and State Health Commissioner Gary Cox addressed the issue in the joint conference today. OU Nightly's Cal Day has been following this all afternoon, and he joins us live with the latest.
Yeah, good evening, Tevis and Austin. We're just outside on the University of Oklahoma's campus, where public areas just like this one are starting to see more public concern of the coronavirus. That's mostly because this area sees lots of traffic and it's a highly populated area. Now, Governor Stitt earlier today saying that the risk is relatively low for Oklahoma right now as a result of the coronavirus. He says that 5 people have been tested in the state so far. All of those patients have tested negative for the coronavirus. One person is still waiting the results from their test. Now, Health Commissioner Gary Cox says that kits will be arriving soon. They've mostly been using kits through the CDC. Soon they will have local tests available next week. Now, several retailers, especially ones that see lots of traffic, Starbucks, for example, is taking precautions to prevent the coronavirus. They say that they are no longer accepting their reusable cups. For now, we're live just outside Gaylord College, Cal Day, OU Nightly.
And we'll have that story on our website and social media later tonight. Now, with spring break quickly approaching, many OU students are starting to pack their bags for a week-long vacation. However, the university issued a travel guidance earlier this week warning students about the coronavirus. While many parents are worried about their children traveling for spring break, students don't seem too concerned.
I'm actually going to Colorado for spring break, and my mom's like really freaked out about it because she's like, you don't know, like there hasn't been that many cases there, but like you shouldn't go, because she's like freaking out about it. But I mean, I already paid, so there's not really much that I can do about it now.
As spring break gets closer, the university will continue to provide updates to students and parents regarding further travel warnings.
We'll make sure to stay on top of that. However, Tevis, a beautiful day outside.
It was great.
I'll tell you what, this is my kind of weather.
It was warm, so nice. And Thomas Schmidt got to step outside to see and give us a first look of our forecast. Thomas, what is it like out there?
Okay, so guys, that's right. It's a beautiful day outside. Students walking to class certainly don't have anything to complain about with the sun shining. It can be a little windy at times, but overall, I might say spring is already here. But the official spring doesn't start till March 19th, which is 14 days from now. Like I said, conditions are so great, it might confuse some of the students here. Take a look at our current temperatures. We're in the mid to upper 60s here in central Oklahoma. Could see some 70s down in the south and southeastern parts of the state. Now, with these warmer temperatures and spring-like conditions, we could see something that most of us don't enjoy so much, and that is allergies. Right now, trees are leading the way, specifically cedar trees in the high category there, with the low category of mold as well. Now, all coming up in just a bit, we have these temperatures are going to continue into the weekend, where we see the mild weekend temperatures. Clouds are going to move in, though. Could see some cloud cover moving in on Saturday into Sunday. Also tracking some thunderstorm possibilities for early of next week. Guys, this and more all coming up in just a bit. Back to you.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Thomas. A busy day in the political world with several announcements being made. Caroline Grace, what's the latest?
Another day, another presidential candidate calls it quits. This time, it's Elizabeth Warren ending her campaign after a disappointing Super Tuesday.
I will not be running for president in 2020, but I guarantee I will stay in the fight for the hardworking folks across this country who've gotten the short end of the stick over and over.
Warren did not finish above third in any state and even lost in her home state of Massachusetts. She also stated she would not endorse a candidate just yet. For the Democrats still in the presidential campaign, the Secret Service is stepping in. The request to provide protection was made by the House Homeland Security Committee after a series of protesters stormed the stage during Joe Biden's speech Tuesday night. His wife put herself in between the stage rushers and her husband. If approved, the request for Secret Service protection would apply for all candidates. And Facebook is removing Trump re-election campaign ads that civil rights groups and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi complained look like official census forms. The act from Facebook came shortly after Pelosi criticized Facebook for not stopping Republicans from posting ads that she said were misleading. Pelosi said Republicans have posted information on Facebook that makes it appear that people are clicking on the census documents. And Trump plans to visit Tennessee on Friday to help with aid recovery efforts from the deadly tornado that hit earlier this week. He has stated that federal government will help with recovery. Tevis, back to you.
Now, OU's Gender Equality Center is inviting everyone to celebrate International Women's Day this Sunday. The GEC will be hosting a brunch to promote gender equality and celebrate women. The theme is #EqualForEqual and will feature complimentary brunch foods. The event is focused on celebrating and discussing the successes of women's equality.
So we're hoping to bring people together to talk about achievements of women through social, economic, and political contributions. So we're just hoping to just celebrate women in that way.
The brunch is free and open to everyone. It will be held at the Beard Lounge at 11 a.m. You can RSVP to the event on OrgSync, which you can find on the GEC website. And as we continue to watch for the coronavirus, we are also covering the flu. We have more on how to protect yourself.
Plus, an attempt to expand Medicaid here in the state, what one group did at the state's capital, coming up on OU Nightly. As promised earlier, more on the continuous outbreak of the coronavirus.
Health Bureau reporter Kayla Davis has a look at Congress's response to the virus.
The coronavirus response package is on its way to the White House, awaiting President Trump's signature. Both the Senate and the House of Representatives approved the $8.3 billion spending package, and the money will go towards fighting the spread of the virus. And a cruise ship that carried a dead coronavirus victim travels back to California with 2,500 passengers aboard. The current count of coronavirus cases in the U.S. totals at 205. Compared to the coronavirus, though, the flu is making a much bigger impact in Oklahoma. The weekly report released by the Oklahoma State Department of Health showed the number of deaths caused by the flu has risen to 53. And just last week, over 300 people were hospitalized in Oklahoma from the flu alone. For both the coronavirus and the flu, people over age 65 are at a higher risk of contracting the illnesses. When it comes to fighting both viruses, it's important to always wash your hands. And the Oklahoma Healthcare Authority plans to submit a state plan amendment to expand Medicaid in Oklahoma to the federal government on Friday. The state plan amendment will get the ball rolling for Oklahoma to seek federal approval to expand Medicaid. This comes after pressure on the governor's office by the group Together Oklahoma. The group was at the Capitol yesterday asking about the date for a statewide vote on Medicaid expansion. They delivered a petition calling for a statewide vote on the issue last year. Governor Stitt is said to be pushing the amendment prior to the vote. The governor's office is required to set a date for that vote by the November 2020 election. Back to you.
Kayla, I'll make sure to keep all my hands washed at all times. Now, Big Brewing Company and is a small bar located on Main Street. Every 3 weeks, the brewing brews new flavors of beer.
Big Brewing Company has an always changing beer menu. And now they have also changed Wednesday afternoons for their customers. Vinyl Night.
It's an opportunity to share music and discover music. You're encouraged to bring in music on vinyl, obviously. And if there's a handful of people here, you get a few songs. If there's not, you can play an entire album.
December 18th was Vinyl Night's debut at the brewery, and the Night of Records has continued.
Every Wednesday since then, like including New Year's Day Like I was here, doors open, cold, playing records.
Vinyl Night is every Wednesday here at the Big Brewing Company. All ages are welcome, except you must be 21 to enter. Chloe Sparks, OU Nightly.
Jacob Tinsley says the crowd on Vinyl Night is a wide variety. Old classics, rock and roll, and everything in between have been brought to enjoy and sip some brew.
How about that?
Now a community is coming together to raise money in light of recent events and more.
If you want to get involved and help, coming up we have all the information.
And if you're walking around outside, you'll see that it is sunny now, but changes are coming. More details on the 7-day, all coming up in just a bit. Take a look outside if you've been outside at all. Today, it's the day to do it because there are no clouds in the sky, full sunshine there as you can see in the Oklahoma City camera. Little glitch there, lining up to make a great sunset come later this evening. Taking a closer look right here in Norman. Again, clear skies, sun outside, so be sure to get outdoors and enjoy it. Now looking at around the country, got a big area of just clear skies right out here, but take a look down to the south and east. There are some storms down here, a couple severe storms as well, and a big bowling ball right up here with that low pressure system hanging around up to the north, bringing some snow to the Great Lakes region. Now currently outside, we're in the 65-degree mark in Norman with mid-60s, upper 60s up here in the northeastern parts of the state, and those winds are pretty high right now, gusting to 23, high gusts down in Lawton with 32 and other measurements down there in the southwestern part of the state. And also looking at this radar forecast, it's going to be clear for tomorrow. It's going to be just like today. Saturday could be some clouds moving in, but looking at Sunday, we see a line of rain and showers begin to move into the Texas Panhandle to western Oklahoma. But notice here how it does break apart and dissipate, and we expect most of this to actually make it to Oklahoma City and us, but it'll begin to dissipate right along the I-35 corridor, so folks in the east may not see as much rain as we are going to see here in the central part of the state. For tonight, you have 51 at 8 p.m. and a 46 by 10 and a cooling down to a 42 by midnight. And looking at tonight, we're going to be chilly in the lower 30s there and the upper 60s, near 70 for some folks down in the southwestern part of the state. 63 degrees here in Norman with winds pretty windy from the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour. So clear skies continue tomorrow. Clouds move in for your Saturday with a high of 64, warm up slightly. And for your Monday, we have a 71, 20% chance of showers in the AM. Sunday, we do have the 80% chance, probably just some light rain. Again, dissipate right along the I-35 corridor as our temperatures begin to soar back up into the 70s by start of next week, cooling down off into the 60s again. So spring is on its way for sure. It's really looking nice. Lots of sun out there right now. Clouds move in the weekend with a slight chance for rain on your Sunday.
Sounds good.
That makes me feel so great.
Nice hot start to the next week, right?
Yeah, we're already in our spring attire.
We are,
we're
as you can tell,
we're
yeah.
getting excited for it. Warm up, finally feel good about walking around. And
I know, excited
enjoying
for it.
Outside. Thanks, Thomas. Now this Saturday, one Edmond High School cross-country team hopes to pay for some of the medical and funeral costs for the families affected by the Moore hit and run. After hearing about 3 losses caused by the incident, both of the head coaches for Deer Creek's boys and girls cross-country teams wanted to help. That's when a husband and a wife put together a community festival fundraiser, which includes multiple 1-mile fun runs and a timed race. The entry fee for the fun run will be $10 and the fee for the timed race is $15. But all of the money collected from the festival will be donated. Both cross-country teams will be volunteering at the festival to ensure it runs smoothly.
The best thing about it, what I can say, is that we have had different doctor's offices and Paycom has donated, so your entire entry fee is going to our donation pot. I think for a lot of the kids and a lot of the parents, it's just it's just been a good way for us to come together as a team.
The races begin at 9 a.m. this Saturday. For more information, head to the Deer Creek Festival Run Facebook page.
Oh, you love to hear that.
Love to hear
that. However, softball is making headlines once again. No surprise there. And I hear they have some big news coming their way.
I know. Will Blessing is here with us to fill us all in. Will, take it away.
Yeah, guys, softball has been dominating on the diamond. Plus, a senior softball star is back in the outfield after a nasty injury. We'll be right back, but stay tuned. Via Sports is next. Welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Will Blessing, and it's time for sports. Sooner baseball has been dominating the past couple of games, and they kept it going last night. The number 11 ranked Sooners steamrolled Arkansas Pine Bluff 13-2. That's not all. They also set a Big 12 record for strikeouts in a 9-inning game, recording 21 strikeouts. And if you're craving more, you'll have to wait until tomorrow when they start a 3-game series against San Diego State. And it's not just baseball dominating on the diamond. Sooners softball is going strong. The number 6 ranked Sooners picked up a win against Wichita State last night. Surprisingly, the Sooners started down after the Shockers scored 4 in the first inning. That lead didn't last long, though, as the Sooners came back in the second and third, winning 8-5. One pleasant addition to the recent lineup is outfielder Nicole Mendez. She was rehabbing a torn ACL throughout the entire offseason into this year. Mendez also has a spot waiting for her on the Mexican Olympic team. Her coach here in Norman is glad to have her back.
Doing a really good job offensively. There have been times when I've been out in the outfield looking at her swing and not know who it was because I haven't seen her in a while.
Around the 5-month mark post-surgery, so just kind of being extra careful. Around the 6-month mark, I can really go full gear. So
it's just very much the timing of it because she needs time to get herself ready and get warmed up and so forth. So the plan is just hit the ball, get to first. I don't care if you hit it off the wall, stop at first.
Sooner women's basketball faced the TCU Horned Frogs last night in their final regular season road game. Unfortunately, their last road trip didn't end the way they wanted with a loss of 96-71. The Sooners hope to end the season on a high note against Texas Tech at home on Saturday. And there's another regular season closer in Sooner sports. This time, it's women's gymnastics. This match is a special one. Not only is it a top 5 matchup against Michigan, but it's also senior night. This champion senior class will be honored during the meet. And the Thunder is looking to regain momentum after a couple of losses. A win against the Pistons last night and a game against the Knicks tomorrow has them looking good coming into the last stretch of the season. Staying in the West, one player on the Dallas Mavericks continues to break records. Luka Doncic broke another record last night against the Pelicans when he passed Hall of Famer Jason Kidd for most triple-doubles in Mavs history. And the biggest shock? He's only 21. Finally, it feels like something's been missing from the NBA, and that's been Riley Curry. Since Steph has been on IR, we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of cute from the two. But with Steph's return tonight against the Raptors, hopefully we'll see more Riley too. Now, guys, Steph coming back, the Warriors are in the bottom of the Western Conference. They're number 15. I really don't think he needs to come back. I think they should just rest him for the rest of the season.
I mean, I would agree, but I think the team's just happy to have him back, him bringing that energy, hitting those long-range threes as he does. So, it's going to be interesting to see.
And they're happy to have that cute little Riley, too.
Yeah, you can never go wrong. We all love cute kids, right?
Oh, yeah, always. Can't go wrong with them.
Well, that's great, Will. And there's an interesting hole on the planet of Mars.
We have what this might mean on the red planet straight ahead on OU Nightly.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Belle Trevino. 2 new bills are in play to strengthen punishment for domestic violence in Oklahoma. One allows arrests for violations and prohibit financial help to organizations helping low-income suspects. The other forces anyone convicted to serve a minimum of 85% of their sentence without parole. Both bills are moving forward to be voted by the House. Back to you two at the desk.
Okay, you guys are going to want to hear about this. A hole in the planet, the red planet that is, an image posted to NASA's astronomy picture of the day webpage and science blog this week is making headlines and getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, it shows a hole on Mars, Pavonis Mons volcano discovered by chance in 2011. It looks to be an opening to an underground cavern. The opening is about 115 feet across and the cavern is roughly 66 feet deep. It's not clear why there is a circular center around the hole.
Now, this is kind of the hole that particularly is interesting to scientists. The reason is that the caves are protected from Mars' harsh surfaces, meaning they are relatively good for candidates for containing life. Guys, there could be Martians on this planet.
It'd be interesting to meet one, right?
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Kind of just bringing things back to our planet here, Earth. What's that weekend looking like, Thomas?
Well, I got to tell you, if you know a friend with a fireplace, go call them up. Say, hey, get ready to host this weekend because I'm coming over to your house because it's great weather for a fire.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And so it's going to be nice. Spring is on its way, and hopefully these temperatures are going to start becoming more regular as we go throughout. We still see some Sunday rain showers there, Not a whole lot of rain totals expected with this, but take a look at Monday. Again, just another fire weather kind of thing. 71 degrees Monday, 72 for Tuesday, and reaching a high of 76 for Wednesday. Now, I will note on Wednesday there's also a slight chance for some thunderstorms there. Not locked in yet, but we're still looking at that. And then Thursday, it looks like a weak cold front's going to come through, knocking our temperatures back into the 60s.
Not too mad about the rain. At least we got some warm weather. It's better than it being rainy and cold. That's the worst.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And who has a fireplace here?
I don't think anyone.
I don't.
Okay, well, we're going to have to
Find a
phone another friend. Dang it. And, okay, so anything else? Do I need to bring a light jacket, or am I just good to go?
I think you're good to go. Chilly mornings, but in the afternoons, you should be good.
Perfect, thank you. Well, that's all the time we have here at OU Nightly.
Tune in tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.